You're lying awake at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, your mind racing with relentless thoughts of what-ifs and why-me's. It feels like you're stuck in an endless loop of worry and despair, and every attempt to break free just adds another layer to the burden. You feel alone, deep pain and longing, like you're drowning in a sea of your own thoughts, with no lifeline in sight. I've read your comments and see your struggles chosen ones, so today we're going to change that. Today marks the end of that chapter. This video is about flipping the script on your suffering. We're digging into the gritty reality of your pain and using it as raw material to rebuild stronger than ever. No empty promises, just clear, actionable steps that forge resilience from despair. Let's cut through the darkness together and light up a path you can finally call your own. Recognizing the roots of your suffering. Recognizing the roots of our suffering is the first step towards true healing and empowerment. For those of us who feel like the chosen ones, often our pain stems from deeper, more personal sources that might not be immediately apparent. It's crucial to understand that our suffering isn't arbitrary. Rather, it is intricately linked to our unique life paths and experiences. Many of us encounter pain that arises from our expectations, both of ourselves and from others. This kind of suffering can be particularly intense because it's tied to our identity and our perception of our role in the world. Whether it's the pressure to succeed, the fear of failure, or the constant striving for perfection, these expectations can create a profound sense of burden and dissatisfaction. Another significant source of pain is the feeling of isolation, a common experience for those who walk less trodden paths. Being different, whether in our thoughts, behaviors, or life choices, can lead to a disconnection from those around us. This isolation can be both a physical reality and an emotional perception, where we feel misunderstood or out of place, even among those we consider close. Moreover, our suffering is often deepened by previous traumas that haven't been fully processed or healed. These traumas, whether big or small, shape how we view the world and how we interact with it. They can trigger patterns of pain that recur throughout our lives, often without our conscious awareness. By identifying these patterns and understanding their origins, we can begin to break free from them. Finally, for the chosen ones, there's a unique kind of pain that comes from bearing a larger vision or a profound sense of purpose. This kind of suffering arises when there's a gap between our current reality and the vision we hold for our future. It's a pain born out of frustration, impatience, and sometimes a deep longing for a state of being that feels just out of reach. Understanding these roots of suffering isn't just about acknowledging them, it's about exploring them deeply with compassion and curiosity. This exploration is not a quick fix. It's a journey towards deeper self-awareness and ultimately transformation. By recognizing where our pain comes from, we can start to make meaningful changes that address these fundamental issues rather than just the symptoms. This is how we begin to reclaim our power and transform our pain into a catalyst for profound personal growth. Psychological traps that sustain suffering. In the journey toward understanding and overcoming our pain, it's crucial to identify the psychological traps that sustain our suffering. These are not just fleeting thoughts or occasional behaviors, but persistent patterns that lock us into cycles of pain. One of the most common psychological traps is the mindset of victimhood. When we view ourselves as victims of circumstances, other people, or even our own traits, we surrender control over our lives. This mindset reinforces a sense of helplessness and perpetuates the suffering. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more we believe we are powerless, the less likely we are to take the actions that could alleviate our suffering. Another significant trap is rumination, the tendency to overthink or obsess about situations or life events, especially negative ones. This not only exacerbates our current pain, but can also make us feel as though there is no escape from it. Rumination often focuses on past mistakes or missed opportunities, leading to a cycle of regret and self-blame that is both damaging and unproductive. Resistance to change is also a formidable trap. It's natural to fear the unknown, and when faced with the possibility of change, many of us cling to familiarity, even if it's painful. This resistance can prevent us from moving forward and addressing the root causes of our suffering. The comfort of the known, even when it's uncomfortable, can be more appealing than the uncertainty of new solutions or behaviors. Perfectionism is yet another psychological trap that sustains suffering. When we hold ourselves to impossibly high standards, we set ourselves up for inevitable failure. The gap between our expectations and reality can lead to significant emotional distress. Perfectionism not only causes suffering, but can also paralyze us, preventing us from taking any action for fear that it won't be perfect. Lastly, the trap of isolation often exacerbates our pain. When we feel different or misunderstood, it's tempting to withdraw from others to protect ourselves from judgment or rejection. However, isolation increases feelings of loneliness and misunderstanding, cutting us off from potential sources of support and perspective that could help alleviate our suffering. By recognizing these psychological traps, we can begin to take conscious steps to avoid or dismantle them. Awareness is the first step toward change. Once we understand the patterns that hold us back, we can start to replace them with healthier thoughts and behaviors that support our well-being and reduce our suffering. This process is not about suppressing our true feelings, but understanding and redirecting them in ways that serve us better. The power of narrative change. Reshaping our personal narrative is a transformative tool that allows us to move from suffering to empowerment. Our narratives are the stories we tell ourselves about who we are, what our lives mean, and what we can expect from the world. These stories shape our reality, influencing how we experience life and how we respond to its challenges. To change our narrative, we must first become aware of the existing storylines that dominate our thoughts. Many of us unknowingly sustain narratives that disempower us, stories where we are perennial victims, where the world is a hostile place, or where our dreams are unattainable. These narratives not only reinforce suffering, but also limit our potential to overcome it. The process of narrative change begins with questioning the validity and helpfulness of our current stories. Ask yourself, is this narrative true? Is it serving me well? Often, we'll find that many aspects of our story are based on outdated beliefs or misconceptions about our strength and capabilities. Creating a new, empowering narrative involves consciously choosing the stories we tell ourselves. Instead of seeing a failure as a confirmation of inadequacy, we can view it as a step towards mastery. Instead of interpreting rejection as a personal slight, we can see it as a redirection to opportunities better aligned with our values. This shift doesn't mean denying the reality of pain or difficulty, but reframing it to highlight our agency and growth. For instance, if your old narrative is, "I always struggle because the world is against me," you might revise it to, "Each struggle is an opportunity to learn and strengthen my resilience." This new story acknowledges the challenge but also empowers you by focusing on positive outcomes and personal growth. To solidify the new narrative, practice it consistently. Narratives gain power through repetition. The more we tell ourselves a story, the more it becomes our lived reality. Write down your new narrative, speak it aloud, and look for evidence that supports it in your daily life. This practice helps to reinforce the new narrative until it becomes your default lens for viewing the world. Additionally, engaging in activities that reflect your new narrative can accelerate this transformation. If your new story is about being a resilient and creative person, engage in activities that require resilience and creativity. Each successful experience will reinforce your new narrative, making it more believable and tangible. Ultimately, changing your narrative is about shifting from a mindset of suffering and limitation to one of empowerment and possibility. This shift doesn't just change how you feel, it changes how you engage with the world, opening up new paths for action and new possibilities for experiencing life. Through this powerful transformation, you reclaim control over your story and, by extension, your life. Practical steps for emotional alchemy. Emotional alchemy is the process of transforming our deepest pains into powerful lessons and growth. This transformation requires not just understanding and acceptance, but also actionable techniques that can be applied in everyday life. Here are some practical steps to help you engage in emotional alchemy, turning your suffering into a catalyst for personal development. 1. Emotional awareness. The first step in emotional alchemy is becoming acutely aware of your feelings. Instead of suppressing or ignoring pain, sit with it. Use meditation or journaling to deeply explore these emotions. Ask yourself what the pain is trying to tell you about your desires, fears, or boundaries. This deep awareness is crucial because it forms the foundation for all other transformation efforts. 2. Expression and release. Once you are aware of your emotions, find healthy ways to express them. This could be through creative outlets like writing, painting, or music, or through physical activities such as dance or exercise. Expression is a release valve for pent-up emotions and prevents them from festering or leading to bitterness. 3. Reframing challenges. Learn to reframe your challenges in a way that highlights their potential to teach or strengthen you. For instance, if you're dealing with rejection, reframe it as a lesson in resilience or a step toward finding a place or people where you truly belong. This reframing helps change your emotional response to challenges from one of suffering to one of learning and gratitude. 4. Cultivating gratitude. Make it a daily practice to list things you are grateful for. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking or painful to what is abundant and joyful in your life. This shift doesn't negate the pain, but helps balance your perspective, reducing the intensity of the suffering and increasing your overall life satisfaction. 5. Seeking lessons. In every painful experience, there is a potential lesson or seed of growth. Actively seek these lessons. Ask yourself, what can this experience teach me? Whether it's learning to set better boundaries, developing empathy, or discovering personal strength you didn't know you had, focusing on the lesson can transform pain into a valuable, empowering experience. 6. Forgiveness. Whether it's forgiving yourself or others, forgiveness is a powerful step in emotional alchemy. It releases you from the weight of past hurts and opens you up to new possibilities. Understand that forgiveness does not mean condoning hurtful behavior, but freeing yourself from its emotional bind. 7. Building resilience. Finally, use your experiences of emotional alchemy to build resilience. Resilience is not about avoiding pain, but about bouncing back from it more quickly and effectively. Each act of emotional alchemy strengthens your ability to handle future challenges with grace and wisdom. By integrating these techniques into your life, you can start to see emotional pain not as an enemy, but as a teacher and catalyst for growth. This shift is at the heart of emotional alchemy, transforming the lead of pain into the gold of wisdom. Building resilience through routine. Building resilience through routine involves integrating daily practices that strengthen mental fortitude and alleviate emotional suffering. These routines help create a stable foundation, essential for navigating the turbulent waters of life's challenges. Here's how you can develop a resilient framework through daily habits. Starting each day with a moment of stillness can have profound effects on mental resilience. Instead of leaping out of bed into the chaos of the day, dedicate the first moments after waking to ground yourself. This might involve sitting quietly with a cup of tea, meditating, or simply watching the sunrise. The key is consistency and allowing this quiet time to serve as a mental reset. Throughout the day, it's beneficial to engage in what psychologists call controlled stress. This could be a brief but intense workout, a cold shower, or any activity that pushes your comfort boundaries in a manageable way. Controlled stress practices like these train your brain and body to handle stress more effectively, increasing your threshold over time. Another crucial routine is reflective journaling at the end of the day. This practice isn't just about recounting events, but involves processing emotions and experiences. It's a time to ask yourself what you learned from the day's challenges and to reflect on how you managed your reactions. This kind of introspection helps develop an inner dialogue that is supportive and constructive rather than critical or dismissive. Incorporate regular breaks for mental relaxation throughout your day. This could mean stepping outside for a few minutes, practicing breathing exercises, or listening to music. The idea is to interrupt the stress cycle and give your mind a moment to recalibrate. Regular breaks like these can prevent mental fatigue and emotional overwhelm, making you more resilient in the face of ongoing stressors. Lastly, establish a winding down ritual before bed. This could involve reading, listening to calming music, or a nighttime meditation. The goal is to signal to your brain that it's time to slow down and prepare for rest. A consistent nighttime routine not only helps improve sleep quality, but also ensures you end the day with a sense of peace, regardless of the challenges faced. Through these routines, you build a scaffold for resilience that supports you daily. Each practice strengthens your ability to cope with stress and transforms potential emotional suffering into opportunities for growth and learning. By embedding these habits into your daily life, you create a robust framework that not only supports your current well-being, but also fortifies you against future challenges. Engaging with your higher purpose. Engaging with your higher purpose is a transformative process that not only alleviates suffering, but also infuses your life with meaning and direction. For those who feel they have a special role or destiny, connecting with this sense of purpose can be a powerful motivator and a source of profound fulfillment. Here's how you can deepen your engagement with your higher purpose and start living in alignment with your true potential. Understanding your higher purpose often begins with introspection. This means taking time to reflect deeply on what truly matters to you, your core values, passions, and the kinds of problems you feel compelled to solve. This could involve periods of solitude, engaging with nature, or journaling your thoughts and feelings. The aim is to peel back the layers of societal expectations and personal insecurities to reveal a clearer picture of your authentic self. Once you have a sense of what drives you, it's crucial to set intentions that align with this understanding. Intentions are not just goals, they are expressions of your desired state of being and interacting with the world. For example, if your higher purpose involves helping others, an intention could be to cultivate kindness and empathy within yourself. Setting intentions like this focuses your energy and actions, making your day-to-day activities more purposeful and aligned with your higher goals. Visualization is another powerful tool for connecting with your higher purpose. Regularly visualizing yourself living out your purpose can help cement your commitment to it and clarify the steps needed to fulfill it. This might involve imagining the impact of your work on others, the emotions associated with fulfilling your role, or the environments you want to be part of. Visualization not only motivates you, but also attracts the resources and opportunities necessary to realize your visions. To truly engage with your higher purpose, you must also embrace learning and growth. This includes actively seeking out knowledge and experiences that expand your understanding and skills related to your purpose. Whether it's taking courses, attending workshops, reading extensively, or finding mentors, each learning experience builds your capacity to fulfill your destiny more effectively. Finally, it's essential to take actionable steps toward your higher purpose. This involves breaking down your larger vision into manageable tasks and setting up a system to track your progress. Regularly review and adjust your plans to ensure they remain aligned with your evolving understanding of your purpose. Remember, the journey toward fulfilling a higher purpose is iterative and adaptive. It requires patience, perseverance, and a willingness to continuously align your actions with your deepest values and aspirations. By following these strategies, you not only connect with your higher purpose, but also transform your experience of suffering into one of empowerment and proactive engagement with life. This shift in perspective and action can profoundly change how you feel about yourself and your life's challenges. Leveraging community for personal transformation. On the Chosen Ones channel, we consistently advocate for the power of community building. We understand that the support of a like-minded group can be pivotal in individual transformation. In this section, we'll explore how leveraging community aligns specifically with our overarching theme, that your pain and suffering won't end until you actively engage with transformative strategies, one of which is being part of a supportive community. Communities play a crucial role in our journey towards healing and growth. They provide a sense of belonging, an essential human need that, when fulfilled, can significantly reduce feelings of isolation and suffering. In a community, we find peers who can empathize with our struggles, offer insights from their own experiences, and provide emotional support that uplifts us during low moments. Moreover, communities offer a mirror to our own behaviors and thought patterns, many of which contribute to our pain. In the safety of a supportive group, we receive feedback that can help us recognize and alter these patterns. For instance, members can gently point out when we might be engaging in negative self-talk or avoiding beneficial challenges, helping us to become more self-aware and encouraging us to make positive changes. Community engagement also exposes us to diverse perspectives and coping strategies. Hearing how others have navigated similar challenges can inspire new approaches to our own issues, broadening our toolkit for managing difficulties. It can transform our approach from one of solitary suffering to a collective, proactive quest for well-being. Additionally, being part of a community often involves contributing to the welfare of others, which can be incredibly healing. The act of helping someone else often alleviates our own pain and contributes to a positive self-identity. This altruistic behavior reinforces our sense of purpose and belonging, significantly enhancing our emotional resilience. To effectively leverage community for personal transformation, consider engaging in community activities that align with your values and goals. Participate actively, whether by attending meetings, sharing your experiences, or offering support to others. Also, be open to forming meaningful connections and collaborations that foster personal growth and collective empowerment. In a community, the collective wisdom and the strength of shared experiences provide a powerful antidote to the feelings of pain and isolation. As you immerse yourself in a community that resonates with your journey, you'll find that the path to overcoming suffering becomes more accessible and less daunting. Engaging with a community is not just about finding support. It's about enriching your journey of personal transformation with the strength of shared human experience. As we concluded today's exploration on how to end your pain and suffering, let's reflect on the key insights we've shared. Understanding the roots of your suffering is crucial. It allows you to see the origins of your pain and begin addressing them effectively. Recognizing the psychological traps that sustain your suffering is equally important, as it helps you break free from those limiting patterns. We've delved into the transformative power of changing your personal narrative, showing you how to reshape your story from one of victimhood to one of empowerment. We've also discussed practical steps for emotional alchemy, turning your pain into a tool for growth and learning. Building resilience through daily routines strengthens your ability to withstand and grow from life's challenges, making you more robust and focused. Remember, leveraging the support of a community can significantly amplify your personal transformation journey. The collective strength, wisdom, and support found in a community are invaluable resources that can help propel you toward healing and growth. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. If you found these insights valuable, please share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. Your engagement enriches our community, providing strength and inspiration to all of us on this path. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to stay updated with more content that can change your life. Here at Chosen Ones, you're not alone. We are all together in this journey of transformation.